Check this out. We got 3 lazy dogs. And I feel lazy myself, actually. So, join me for a trip over the hill. It's a special moment. I just got back from mowing the dog. And normally, I don't, I'm pretty tuckered out actually, but we're going to go for a little spin over the hill, and let's check it out. We'll chat on the way down. There, it's hot in here. We got to get the old AC going. Oh, what's that? Okay, radio's off. The air conditioner's on. And you'll see this part. Well, actually, the video before this one shows me cutting all of this. But what it doesn't show is after I left here, I come up, I decided might as well fill up again. I don't know how long. This took me a little more than an hour on this part. And up around the generator, the septic field on the right. And I cut this part where these trees, the little plantation is, just now. But let me get some air cooling off in here. I just love it when it's freshly mowed. Yeah, we don't want to go too fast. The ride will be over before you know it. I haven't been contacted yet by the guy who's going to do all the haying, but he won't be long, I don't think. So I went up here as well. And the first time I come close to tipping the mower off, I'll show you here. Right there, on the other, in that tall grass right at the end of that little road, that's where our well is. Let me see, where's the old lady got the freaking, oh, that's good. The well is, so I got to make sure that the guy doesn't hit it. I got to come down here and stick a flag up so that the guy knows it's there, because I don't want him bombing over top of it. That'll be the end of it. So I come down here first, and the road has moved over to the right quite a bit compared to where it usually is. It's a little straighter coming out of the orchard there. But I did this so that the fella can have more hay. And well, of course, we'll see how that goes over time. See how it goes this year first. And we'll let the wifey have a little input in on this as well. I'm hoping to be able to get there in the upper field from here. That patch that's all screwed up. I'm hoping to convince him to come in there with his tractor and fix it up so that we can, so I can mow it. Isn't that pretty? We're at the far. There's two big fields up top of the hill, and the smaller one is where the end of the property is, and that's straight ahead of us. It's real pretty and along the side of here. And I got a couple of trees that I could take down here as well. Like that big birch that's leaning over. But I don't really care right now. That's okay. I got to clean up those other trees and re-establish the trail that I got up there. But this is kind of a little pretty spot. There's a couple of apple trees down here that if I can, there's probably a whole bunch of apple trees down here, it looks like. There's an apple tree there that's got about a 2-foot trunk or a 24-inch stump. Come in here and see if we can recover these apples a little bit so that there's more feed for the deer. This fall I'm going to go and take a firearms course. Not that I already know how to use all the firearms that I got, but just to make it a little bit more official. Isn't this pretty in here? The orchard on the left, and there's some kind of a plantation of sorts on the other side. Oh, I'm gonna have to snip that apple off. I don't think it's blown any freaking cold air yet. We'll have to move the rake out of there and put it up on the road here and then shove it back. I want to get rid of that wagon down here. Anybody wants to buy it, $300. Lights work. Tires are pumped up. It works. So I just finished coming back. I went right to the very end. I've got to do that every once in a while just to keep it from getting overgrown. I don't want to lose the road or any of the little paths that's there. It's not very cold in here. I crank it up, the air conditioner, but you won't be able to hear anything. There. You don't get to see much when you're mowing because here you're always watching for rocks. There, that should do it. I had to come down here when it's freshly mowed. Looks good. Really good. And the hockey game's on at 7 tonight. And that's game 3, and sure hope they win. That little bump there's a culvert that's collapsed. I've got to fix that one day. There's still enough water going through it. But we're going to have to get a guy with a little mini excavator down here one day to fix that culvert. And I wouldn't mind him doing some work around the downstream of the culvert there and around the beaver dam where it was. I'd like to get it back the way it was before the freaking beaver showed up. All that time I had to go down there and babysit that friggin' dam, I could have been using my time for something better. This looks just slick. It'll look better on the way back because the sun will be behind me. You won't have all that glare. And I'm going to have to get some soil down here to see if I can fix this little piece up here as well. Smooth it out so that the grass will grow back. Oh yeah, here's something else I noticed right today too. I'll show you right now. Right down there, there's a couple of old trees busted up down there. I want to clean them out of there, but I can see all the way down the water's higher than a lot higher than normal, and there's still about the same amount of water coming down as there is. But look, I don't know. We got deer flies now. And I tell you, I didn't stop that mower for nothing. I just kept trucking. My sock finally came, my pant leg came out of my sock finally, and I did get one bite, but that's better than what you normally get when you come down here. This would be awesome in the wintertime with a snowmobile. But don't got, so can't do. And here, it's a little wet on both sides. It's kind of narrow. If I could get a wider culvert, I could have the road widen a little bit. Then it would be easier to mow up the sides. Oh well, all in due time. Normally I like to cut the grass at 3 inches, but because of all the rocks in this particular spot right where we're going to go down, I had it raised. I just cut the whole thing 4 inches. The last thing I wanted to have happen today was I throw the belt off the mower. There's a few rocks here that I'll fix up when I get the axe back. The Pulaski or Pulaski, something like that. I have to look it up to get the actual pronunciation. Does this look nice? And this is what I live for. I don't know how much money the previous owner spent on getting this road like this, but I sure want to keep it nice like this. And if and when I get the side-by-side, in the fall, I can start looking at making a trail or two, a couple of loops in here, so that we could go get off the beaten path a little bit to go and see what's up in the property in other places. I noticed too this time you could see all those sticks that are laying on the side of the road, or on the road. The mower mulched up quite a few of them this time. Looks like we're going to get ourselves a frickin' downpour. There it is, the tree you've been waiting for, Lonesome George. Eastern white pine that they left behind for whoever knows what reason. Actually, I wonder if I can see that from the house, because it's significantly taller. Oh, no deer down there today. But at least we know they're here. And this is the kind of stuff that moose love. Alders and whatever else that is. All those little trees that keep choking the road off. And my son's supposed to be out here next weekend. He's got a bunch more black walnut and butternut, I think it is. I don't think the butternut took, so we're going to have to, I got to get that stick in the right out of there. There it is. We hit the end of the road. Managed to get this all nicely mowed up. There's a couple of big rocks in here too that stick up. I don't mind the flat ones that are laying there, but there's the odd one. I don't know how big it is. I suppose we'll find out, so that I can come in here and I can just whip around with the mower and don't have to worry about hitting rocks. I don't mind hitting branches. It's the rocks that are killing my blades. Almost brings you to tears every time the frickin' mower hits a rock. There, now you get a better idea what it looks like down here without the glare. Yes, it takes 4 passes to cut this road here. Once up the side, Once back down the side and up and down the middle twice. In most places. So what I do is I go down the right hand side all the way to the end of the road, and then I come back. I mow that little field, then I come back to here on the right hand side, and back up the middle, and then back down the middle to about up to just a little ways up here in the corner here, and that section's done. And I do that in case the friggin' mower breaks down on me. I have a better chance of being closer to home, so it's not so far to walk. So I usually come down here to the crest of this little hill right here. And then the next section I do is from here all the way up to where that rocky section is on the hill. You'll see that when I make the corner here. Well, the trees are growing to beat the band down here now. So you see the road way up there? I'll cut it up to the base of that hill. Then I'll cut the side hill there. I don't know if you can tell if it's a hill or not, but straight ahead there. And then depending upon what's growing around in that little field that's next, on how long I spend around there, I just keep knocking this tall stuff down, and then I leave it there, and it'll decompose, and then it'll be nutrients of some sort for the plants that are coming. Yeah, this section here has got some nasty rocks in it that I got to deal with, and I got to get some soil of some sort on here that won't wash away. That's back-breaking labor, and I don't know if I want to do it because I don't think my son will do it either. If I knew what he wanted, there's a chance that I'd probably do it. But since he doesn't tell me and I don't see him enough, well, I guess it just isn't going to happen. There we go. There's a couple of nice looking trees. I would suspect they're maples. I don't see many oaks down here. Maples and birch. I'm glad the hockey game's coming on an hour earlier tonight. I'll have a better chance of staying awake to watch the whole thing. It's hard on that mower. There's got to be a better mower than the John Deere D155. That thing there just kills your friggin' kidneys. Perhaps a better seat would help out. So here we are. We're back to the first beaver dam. Maybe we'll come down here this fall and start cutting this up and tearing it down. We do that so they get those logs, instead of them sticking up in the air, get them so that they're laying flat. They'll decompose quicker. I suppose if I had a small tractor and a bush hog, then I could save myself a lot of freaking grief on that mower coming down here. They'll come down once a month or something like that and knock her down. Oh, jeez. This is my favorite part right here. The way the grass grows. My wife wants me to take sawdust and pour it all around the outside of the garden now. She's worked very hard in getting all the weeds out of the fencing. It's up to me now. Put that sawdust I got down, and I have to go get a whole pile more for the potatoes next. Excuse me. I notice now that the last couple of years I've been dozing off in my chair more than I ever have. When I got tired in the afternoon, I'd go up. Instead of sitting there and dozing off in the chair, I'd get up and go give a student a hard time. Always one student standing around doing something he's not supposed to. That made my day. I worked with some pretty good guys in the Middle East. Really good. I've worked with pretty good people all along, I guess, to tell you the truth. See these little lupins on the right? They gotta go. I gotta dig them damn things up too. Maybe. You know, some people when they retire, they go to some beach place, sit around and have drinks all day long. That's not me. like this better. Just wish I had more property. People are selling properties like this now for over $500,000. It's amazing for around here. People have money. Right here, I don't know if I said, probably, I raised the mower up so it's not cutting 3 inches, it's cutting 4 inches to see if it'll help hold that water back a little better. And the grass will grow in and it'll help the overall situation. There's so much water that runs up where I mowed. We're going to drive that way and come back into the house. It looks like it's all brown, but wait till the rain comes. That'll change it in a hurry. There's a lot of burdocks in there too. I hate that friggin' plant. Oh, Mama's got that marked for digging. There we are. No wood today. Tomorrow the doctor. Wednesday the dentist. Then I'll knuckle down and I'll get that little bit of wood picked up. Rake up those wood chips, because those are the some kindling for the winter. Actually, I give that kindling away most of the time. I've got that cedar for myself. And there we are, folks. The end of the story. Oh, yeah. Time for a shower. I'll see you folks. Maybe I'll record tomorrow. If not, I'll record the next day. If not, you know, we'll get there.